This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
Oh, welcome back, everyone. We're going to ride positive today and maybe even answer some questions that you always wondered about. Questions that we can ask of our next guest, who is a psychic medium. She's given us much insight along the way. She hears things, she sees things, and here and maybe on the other side as well. Professional of the Year, Psychic Stacy is back with us. How are you doing today?
Pretty well. How are you?
Good, good. Should we begin with an email we got? What do you think?
Sounds great.
Okay. Instant feedback, steve@gmail.com. You can always reach out to us. Any questions, comments, whatever. This is from Cheryl. She says, I appreciate your talk. So this is from a couple of weeks ago, I think, when we got together. I feel I heard it. So she's referring to, I feel I heard the conversation when I needed to. I saw what I think was a sign from my dad. How do I know for sure?
The question right there, she just answered it. You trust, there's specific signs that each of us have from our loved ones, and they do that intentionally. They give you signs, and they give me signs. They give me specific things that no one else could know. Like when I did the reading for you, they'll give me specific things. And but trust it, feel it. If they're coming into your dream state, trust that they're trying to give you messages, things that are, quintessentially them. Trust it, know it, that be true, and because usually that is them. They do it in a variety of ways, but usually it are things that have taken place between you alone, without anyone there present. Sometimes other people have no knowledge of it, but you know it is, because it's very specific. It's usually and something that they adhere to, something that they liked, something, and then sometimes they have like smells, certain perfumes or colognes attached to them. Maybe they smoke cigars, that sort of thing. But there are certain things that you happened in your childhood that no one else would know about, and usually they go for that. Things that were.
Let's say something shows up, and you're thinking, maybe that's a sign from a loved one. Do you wait for another sign that's similar to know for sure? Or are you pretty much thinking that if you think it's from them, there's a high probability that it is?
Yes, it is. And sometimes it is repeated until you get it. They're coming in. And we discuss that with you as well. Until you get it, what they're trying to say. And sometimes it's just, hello, I'm here. I'm A-okay. I am fine. And I'm more than fine. I'm with others. Because, like everything, the soul, that energy, it goes on. Your energy lives on beyond. And but this is just their way of saying, hey, I'm here. But sometimes, and if you're not sure, if you're not used to that sort of thing, if you're not, tapped in, which like a lot of people are not, and once again, that is intentional, not to be tapped in, to keep you from that, have them say, hey, give me another sign. And usually it's something between you and that person. So that really solidifies what you're getting, but also trust that it's coming in. And I'll guarantee you that it's coming from them.
My feeling is, after experiencing signs, that ask for them. I always say just ask. And personally, I want specific. So I ask for specific signs from one loved one in particular, and I get them. I get them. And
Yeah.
people can dispute that, but taking
Yep.
that to the end because I know like you can't, they're so specific that one cannot
Dispute
deny
it.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and I've heard of, and I've known this from my own self, although I don't go to the cemeteries, and hopefully it's just to visit your loved ones and not do anything negatively speaking there. Um, but people have received signs, let me know you're okay, certain things around the cemetery, and then they've responded right away. And but yes, you ask for specifics, and you ask for things that are between you and that person, those people that no other person would know about. And that is your confirmation. And
Mhm.
sometimes they'll come to you repeatedly until you get it. Like taking a hammer and going, "It's me. I'm here. I'm okay."
What would be the reason they'd be reaching out? Just to
A
let you
variety
know?
of reasons. Just to let overall, it's just to let them know. Usually, most people, the most asked question is, "Are they okay over there? Are they happy? Are they okay?" And more often than not, the answer will be yes. That they're with others, they're an unimaginable love. And when my experiences of literally, I cross energy over, and I know when people die before they die, but I've literally crossed energy over, and I've seen it. I've seen it happen. You know, I've seen it, and that the undeniable energy, and it's a love you can't explain, that they're with others, that they're more than okay, and but they're watching after you. But usually it's that, but then the others, forewarning you, of letting you know
Mm.
about
Yes.
certain things that are going to happen that you need to be aware of. And sometimes it comes in extremely strong, where don't get in that car, don't go that direction, don't go there tonight because something bad will happen. So literally they are preventing something bad from you happening. I know when I rolled down the embankment in 2019, and like we have talked about this accident, which was meant to end me. It was clearly meant to kill me. And but it flipped. It went down extremely, you know, steep embankment, and it flipped several times, two or three. And yes, I should have been dead. But I did have my seatbelt on, and all I have was a piece of glass in me. But I was meant to be dead. But I could clearly feel the presence. I didn't really feel, it was just like a blur, but I could feel the presence of other energy there. And some would call it angels. I know my spirit guides were there. I know my presence of angels. I could feel it. And then I was upright, and then I was just, you know, but I could clearly feel it, and I could clearly know that I
Mm.
was not supposed to go. And I could feel it that day. Actually, I could feel that there was negative energy being sent my direction, literally. And um, and usually I have a good habit of putting my seatbelt on, but at this point in time I was distracted, and so I had put that on like probably 10 minutes before that happened. And
Wow.
usually I put it on as I'm getting into my, yeah. And I could feel something was, and now I confirmation that they were letting me know that somebody wanted me dead. And I've talked about this. They clearly wanted me dead in 2019, and they're probably allegedly, and I'll put allegedly, so life insurance policies out. But this is the good side of people. Not this, what my experience, but that when you have loved ones contacting you, it's usually to let them know that they're okay, that they're thinking about you, that sometimes they're concerned about you, but usually it's to let them know that, hey, I'm okay and I'm watching you. I am with you and always will be. And until it's your time to go.
Did you know right away when that accident took place that you were being directed in some form?
Um, yeah, now I do know in hindsight, that day, like I said, the energy was really off, and what was happening was it was literally death magic, which actually does occur to people. Death magic, some other uh, negative voodoo that was being placed on me, death magic, to create an act, or what they call a vehicle magic, which I've had like 9 times, no kidding. 9 of those accidents were never my fault. I had one that was, but 9 accidents in a very short amount, like within 7 year period. That's a lot of accidents to have, and 9 of them not my fault. But yes, I could feel it that day. There was some weird, and it was not good, and it was an off day, and I had seen somebody that I thought that I'd seen, and I'm pretty sure it might have been this person, but was wrapped up in all of this. Uh, some things he should not have been, and from Omaha. But I knew him to be in and out of Lincoln and Omaha, because Lincoln is, 25 minutes and you're there to Omaha, and back and forth. It's just getting through the cities. But yes, I did. I felt the energy. It's more a presence of feeling it. It was intense, and it was weird. It was off, and yeah. But also I could feel the presence of a profound sense of love and being, that was protecting me. That was, no, this is not going to happen. You're not going to go. You're not supposed to. You're not going to. Despite what other energy has planned for you, it's not going to happen. And so I should have, yes. And like I said, it was like 2, 3 times. And I'm lucky it stopped rolling, the car. And I jokingly said it, well, it's a Honda, because it was. And the energy kept on running, and the engine kept on running after that. But everything blew out, tires, windows. It should have, but no. And I said, well, it's a Honda.
Wow.
Yeah. But I was definitely clearly meant to be, and to go. But no, other energy, but you get signs, and it's once again tapping into that gut that we have all access to as a human race, as human beings on a soul level. We have that ability to tap in, and that was a guiding force, but scary. And I didn't realize the implications of all of it until after it happened. I was upright. I was really, very shook up. I was going like, yeah, what the hell? And, but I knew there was a presence, and despite others wanting me being gone, the up above, the spiritual realm has the 5D, has the last say on everything, the last laugh sometimes on everything going on. So they have control ultimate, it's universal laws ultimately. It's the balancing out the karma and deniable sense of spirit that when I'm thinking of all of the really bad things, a lot of, I'm thinking of the magnitude of all of this. It's happened in my own life. But that, once again, that does not give me the excuse. I still am able to love. I'm still be able to not only receive it, but give it. That doesn't give me a right to destroy another human being, because that's not what I'm here to do. And I saw a movie last night, Soul on Fire. And I love movies, documentaries. And this was a good movie. It had John Corbin, William Macy in it, some other great actors in it. But it was about a boy, a 9-year-old boy that, and this was a true story, that was burned over 90% of his body. They told him he had 0% chance to live, literally. But his exact words, "I want to live." And this was very spiritually profound. This to me was very uplifting, because what came out of that was family that, without a question, deeply, truly loved him, all family members. And the reason that he didn't die was because some of them went into, the drop and roll to save him. But all the people along the way, because clearly he was not meant to go. Clearly, this goes beyond most people's comprehension of how but the will to live and the desire on a soul level to become what's greater than, more profound, and that we have a more profound reason to live and our existence. And this is more the better part of humanity, because quite frankly, there's been a lot that has not been. And once again, the karma, the levels, it's the great equalizer here, usually death and taxes. But the will to live, the desire to carry on, to against all odds, and to be able to share your story. And I think that on some level, I am here to share my story, along with others who have had my experiences, are here to, hopefully we're all here to raise up the vibration of this planet, because it definitely needs it. But to help guide and to help others, and through our stories, through our personal accounts, and through our will to survive. And this is soul level.
One thing that rings true with everything that we're talking about today is that if you have a feeling, if your intuition is telling you something, no matter what it is, you got to listen or find a way to listen, so you know that you're actually hearing it, whether it's a sign, whether something is telling you, make a turn here, don't go straight, or don't go in that direction. That's what we need to listen to.
Yes, absolutely. And you're correct. And once again, we get into the trusting, that recurring message of trusting, going within and trusting on that soul level when you have everything else to tell you otherwise. That pull, that undeniable pull to let you know otherwise.
Yeah. And every time I've ignored my intuition, I've been wrong, and I know it.
You pay the price, Lloyd.
And it's like, I was even testing it this morning. I was on my way in here, and there was more traffic than usual. So I usually take a road that runs parallel to a major highway. And it just, I don't need to be on the highway because I'm only going up 2 exits anyway. And I'm driving, and I'm like, must be an accident. There must be an accident ahead. That's why there's so much traffic on this side road. And it came to a point where it looked like there was. And in front of me, I could go in the left lane or the right lane. Which one is going to be better? And I couldn't see exactly ahead of me. and I couldn't get a feeling. Like sometimes it's like go in a right lane. You'll get through traffic a little bit faster. Go in the left lane. And I'm focusing. I'm like, which lane? Which lane? And I was coming up with nothing, which usually I get something. The trick is
Right.
trusting. Turns out that when I got up ahead and could actually see what was going on, both lanes were the same. It wouldn't have even made a difference. You could see,
Different.
right? Red
Yeah.
lights, tail lights all the way up. So I guess that, my intuition was saying, man, I got nothing for you. It's not going to make a difference. And that's what I was getting. That's exactly what I was getting from it. Because sometimes I like to test it and say, all right, I'll try you out and go that way. It said either one is okay, or it is what it is. And that's what it was. It's amazing when you start listening even deeper, to hear stuff that comes from within.
Yes, it is. And meaning to trust that, because quite frankly, most of us would be a lot better off if we did, but we have to push away the naysayers and the noise around us, which is constantly telling us to ignore it and
Hmm.
to not trust it and to not trust ourselves and believe in ourselves.
Yeah. How do you find the confidence or the faith to always trust your intuition? Does it really come from, well, just keep trying? And then, like for me, I know I've not listened, and then that's where things have not gone the way I expected them to. So now I know the difference. But is it really just life experience gets you there?
It's a multitude of things, and you said two of those things. It's on a soul level and faith, and faith by meaning a trust, an inner knowing and guidance and compass. And yes, sometimes you have to experience a few things to give you the validation, to give you the confidence.
Mm,
Um, and sometimes that confidence is just from the get-go. It's there, but it's usually it comes more within. And if you have people around you, they're uplifting and supporting, that's phenomenal. But a lot of times, most of us do not, like myself. I do not have anyone around me, or very few and far between, giving me that support. It comes within. And I also think it's a divine, it's a more higher level spiritual guidance here
mm.
that's giving you that support. So it comes within, and yet you're given that, you're tapped in to that divine energy, that all knowing, that it's going to be okay. This is the way to go. This is what you need to do. And from there, and then when you keep on having experiences that validate it, that also bolsters that confidence and that feeling of, I know, I trust and believe. And then you can also learn from it if you know, by not listening to your intuition.
Mm. It's like a beautiful thing that we were given. And quite honestly, if we didn't have it, we wouldn't, in my opinion, we wouldn't be here because
Well,
it's what's kept us here. Right back to the days of, the pterodactyl, I think is out there, but I'm not sure. So I'm not going to go outside from the cave. But how would I know otherwise? No, it's true. I really believe that. I do.
it is true. It is, once again, we need to tap into this because we're so far off course
Yeah. And more
from
every
it.
day, Stacy, more every day with all the distractions and digital social media and
Well, the
just life.
darkness. It is very, very dark. There is a lot of darkness, and the light has been creeping in, and it's
Yeah.
coming full force. We're here to uplift
Mm.
humanity,
My
not not to divide and conquer and not to destroy.
my intuition tells me I should ask you how we can contact you if we want to do a reading, but my intuition is actually the clock on the wall. But in that case,
It needs to end this podcast. Stacy, Stacy, thepsychicmedium.com. And I've had to switch to Facebook to film my music portion. But you can contact me on there, but also you can still contact me on Instagram. Those would be the two best ways to contact me.
yeah, answers. She has them. Wondering about things. she has them, get a reading, get some insight or even get validation. If you think you're seeing signs from somebody that's passed, you're not really sure, check in with Stacy. Thank you for being here today and
Thank
digging deeper
you.
into that.
Yeah,
Appreciate
you
it.
take care. I
Okay.
appreciate you.
You too.
Thanks.
Be right back.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.